Hey guys, how's everybody doing? Happy Independence Day. Blitzball Champ is back, a brand new video, and some news just came around that I really wanted to sit down and talk about, having to deal with Kairi Sane. Now, word is that Kairi Sane is indeed going to be leaving the WWE. Um, It had been said that she is confirmed for, I believe, two more appearances on Monday Night Raw before she is gone for good. Now, I know the last time that she wrestled a match was against Nia Jax, and she got injured yet again by Nia Jax after getting thrown headfirst into the steel steps. Had a big old cut across her head. Um, I assume she probably had to get stitches or maybe also had a concussion with that. But um, it was also said that potentially WWE was going to write up an angle that would involve her, like a career ending injury sort of angle. Don't necessarily know if it was to involve Nia Jax or even someone like Charlotte, but apparently it was supposed to be something along the lines of career-ending injury where Asuka would get revenge against the person for it at SummerSlam. But it looks like that's, not going to happen. But but yeah, supposedly it's been confirmed that Kairi Sane will be leaving the WWE. Um she originally signed a contract with the WWE back in March of 2017, I believe, which was a 3 year deal. And, it's now July, and I'm sure she got a little bit of extra time due to the fact that she was in Japan for a while because she got married back in February. And also, to make up for the time she was out due to injury. So, because she was also injured from TLC last year, and just the few times she got injured from wrestling Nia Jax. So, so yeah, this would be about that time when her contract would be up, and it's looking like she's not going to be re-signing, and word is wants to return to Japan and be with her husband, which that's totally understandable. I mean, you know, she got married back in February, so I'm sure she's gonna want to, you know, spend time in the next phase of her life, you know, as a married person. Um, so it got me thinking of a couple of things. It was also mentioned of the possibility of her wrestling in Japan for one more year and then retiring for good, which, I felt like it would be really perfect for her to go back to Stardom, considering Stardom just started back up. And, a while back, Stardom really wanted her and Io Shirai back in the first place and were willing to pay them a lot of money to get them back. So I think, honestly, I feel like with the timing of this, I feel like the timing's perfect. I really do. I think the timing is perfect. She can go back to Japan. She can be with her husband, and she can still wrestle if she wanted to by accepting a contract to return to Stardom. It would be a big return for her. It's familiar territory. It's familiar ground, and it's where she will be the most respected. Because let's be real, other than NXT, she really wasn't booked well on the main roster. I felt like Kairi Sane was booked pretty well on NXT, and she was the first ever Mae Young Classic winner. But once she got to the main roster, that just really started her downfall. I mean, yes, we know that she was a WWE Women's Tag Team Champion with Asuka. So I mean, you know, that's fine. Not initially the tag team that I would have thought, considering considering Io Shirai and Kairi Sane teamed up in NXT as the Sky Pirates. I felt like it would have been better if she was to be called up into a tag team. They should have called up both her and Io. I felt like that would have been a better tag team than Asuka and Kairi. Not to look down on Asuka and Kairi. I like that team. That team still gelled and did well. So I'm not looking down on that team. I'm just saying you had a tag team already with Io Shirai and Kairi Sane and the Sky Pirates, who were undefeated. So I mean, I don't know. I just felt like that would have been the better idea if they were going to do that. Although I was really, really bummed that Kairi Sane only had a 70-day NXT Women's Champion title reign, which I thought was ridiculous that it was that long. It should have been a lot longer. Kairi Sane is definitely up there as one of the top female wrestlers in the world, but still had great matches in NXT. Like I said, had great matches in the Mae Young Classic. So in NXT, she was treated with some respect. She was booked pretty well. Um, and I'm happy that I got the chance to meet Kairi Sane. I met her when they did an NXT house show in Durham, North Carolina, which is not too far from me. And yeah, she was in a tag team with Xia Li to take on Aaliyah and Lacey Evans. That was actually Lacey Evans' last. Um, that was toward her last stint with NXT before she got called up to the main roster. So that was really cool. I had on my Kairi Sane shirt. I bought her pirate hat, and I made a sign. My first ever pro wrestling sign ever to a live event. I had a pro wrestling sign um, for Kairi Sane, and yeah, I was front row. I was front row in that show, and of course she saw me. She saw my sign, and she pointed at me, and it was really cool. And after the show, when we were waiting over by the tour bus, her and Xia Li came out, and of course they both came over to greet the fans and sign autographs. And she saw me, so I got to take a picture with her, got to shake her hand. So that was really cool. That was really, really cool. I would have never imagined I would meet Kairi Sane, but it happened. So I was really, really thankful for that event. And it was great. It was a great show. And hey, I got to meet the Pirate Princess. So that was really cool. But just overall, looking back, you know, WWE did all right with Kairi Sane. I felt like she had her best career was in NXT, but main roster, like, and even just in a lot of the tag team matches that Kairi and Asuka lost, Kairi took the pin. Kairi was booked as the weak link, and I just think that's messed up. I really do. You know, didn't have many singles matches, and the main singles matches she had, she mainly lost. I think maybe she won like one or two singles matches. Not that she had that many, but she didn't win many. So it's like, I don't know. Once she got called up to the main roster, it just really started the downfall for her. And then having to be fed 3 times to Nia Jax didn't was just, I guess one would say that she was being jobbed out, but it was really ridiculous. So I'm guessing they're probably going to do something within these next 2 upcoming episodes of Raw to kind of write her out. So I mean, we'll have to wait and see what they do. I know that Raw coming up, it's another champion versus champion match where Asuka will go up against Bailey, and Bailey will have Sasha in her corner, and maybe Asuka will have Kairi in her corner. Um, they say that Kairi is cleared to compete, but I don't know if she's gonna have another match or not. But we'll just have to wait and see. But I was really hoping for the three empresses to happen. A shout out to Princess Fluff who came up with the name. Uh, I was really hoping that this stable would happen. Would be like a Triple Tails 2.0 to have Kairi, Asuka, and Io partner up. But it's not going to happen. So it is what it is. It's a bummer, but it's not going to happen. But at the same time, I'm happy for Kairi. She's able to go back home. She's able to be with her husband and eventually settle down. Maybe she wants to start a family. She's in her early 30s, so she's still young. She can still go in the wrestling ring, or who knows, she may want to eventually settle down and start a family with her husband, and I think that's totally cool. She deserves it. She's earned it. One of the best wrestlers in the world. She's done well. So hey, go for it. And if she wants to wrestle for another year uh, in Japan, do it. At least she'll be in a better position, being that her husband's there. So maybe time spent together won't be an issue. So I mean that's cool. I'm happy for her. So hopefully things go well. But if anything, I'm happy I got the chance to see her live. I'm happy I got the chance to meet her. So that was just really, really cool. Although there's only one other thing that I am fearful of. So those that have kept up, we all saw how Kairi Sane was booked on the main roster. It also makes me fear how Io Shirai will be booked when she eventually goes to the main roster. Because I mean, you have to think, Kairi and Io are pretty much the same size. They're not quite mirror complete images of each other, but both have a high flying style. Both, I mean, Io has more of the high flying, and Kairi, she has some high flying and some striking, but they're both the same, pretty much the same size, the same similar sort of build. So it just makes me wonder, like, would Io be booked similar on the main roster? I hope not, but I didn't think Kairi Sane would get brought up to the main roster into a tag team. So because honestly, Kairi does well as a singles competitor. And I felt like she should have been called up as a singles competitor. So I mean, ultimately, I just you look at how a lot of these NXT call ups have gone, and you had a few successes, but you had a lot of misses, a whole lot of them. Shoot, I fear for the Undisputed Era whenever they get called up. I definitely fear for them and how they'll get booked. Because with Adam Cole, just throwing this out there, with Adam Cole, I mean, the guy is not big, but he's very successful. Very successful. Great talent. But he's not a big guy. I've met him. He's not that much taller than me. So I don't know. I fear for a lot of these NXT call ups because lately a lot of them don't get booked well, or they'll get booked well for a very, very short period of time and then just thrown into obscurity. I mean, look at Shayna Baszler. You know, Shayna Baszler obliterated everyone at Elimination Chamber. You know, had her title match against Becky Lynch, lost, and then had a few matches on Raw against Natalia, maybe a few others, and then bam, she's thrown into obscurity. So I fear for a lot of these NXT call ups, but not to get too much off subject. But yeah, so it's looking like Kairi Sane is leaving WWE and going back to Japan, which I kind of had a feeling was going to happen. I really had that feeling it was going to happen because another idea that I was also kind of hoping for was maybe Kyrie turning on Asuka or vice versa, and then having that feud because I mean I remember back in an interview with Asuka and Kyrie, I believe in Singapore, Kyrie was asked who her dream opponent is, and she said Asuka. She wants to fight Asuka, but it's looking like that's not going to happen. And I don't think WWE could squeeze that in time before Kyrie leaves. So, and I know a lot of the Joshi marks out there, a lot of the hardcore fans out there would have loved to have seen Kairi Sane versus Asuka. I mean, because we got a little taste. We got a taste of Kairi versus Io. It may not have been a singles match, but we got a taste of Kairi versus Io. We haven't had a taste of Kairi versus Asuka. So I'm kind of bummed that this is most likely not going to happen. But at the end of the day, Kairi has to do what's best for her. Ultimately, she has to do what's best for her. And I think she's doing that. I think she's doing that. She had a decent run in WWE, NXT Women's Champion, WWE Women's Tag Team Champion, first ever Mae Young Classic winner. I mean, all that in 3 years. Oh yeah, NXT awards. She was best female competitor of the year and best overall female competitor of the year. So she got those two awards under her belt. She was appreciated. She was definitely appreciated well in NXT and booked very well. Aside from the length of her title reign, she was booked pretty well. So yeah, just best of luck for Kairi Sane. Hope she can be successful returning to Japan. Hopefully, give Stardom another go, maybe for another year or however long she desires, and enjoys well-deserved, well-earned time spent with her husband, and just enjoy her life. Um, yeah, that's pretty much all I have. What are y'all's thoughts? What are y'all's thoughts on Kairi Sane leaving the WWE? Do you think this is a good thing? Do you think this is a bad thing? Do you think she should go elsewhere? Like, do you think she should go to Impact or AEW? I mean, let me know what y'all think. Let me know what y'all think. Um, Thank y'all so much for watching. I hope everybody has a blessed 4th of July. And I will see y'all soon. Blitzball Champ out. Peace.